Alright, so I have a um, pumpkin of sorts here. I have no idea. I planted a lot of random seeds. They crossbreed. But this plant came up with some pretty tasty pumpkins. This is the second largest one. I did a larger one earlier. It's the same vine. So think about especially store-bought produce. You definitely want to wash it. Everyone freaks out about overcooking chicken because of salmonella, but only 3%, 4% of salmonella cases are even chicken related. Most of them come from produce. Anything you stick a knife through. I just saw in the news the other day avocados had a like a listeria or something scare. But you stick a knife through it, that knife goes through the skin and into the flesh of whatever you're preparing. So I'm going to go and give this a rinse. It's fine. It came from my garden. I think the worst thing on there is just all the natural bacteria in the soil, and I may have fertilized it with some of my own urine, but that's besides the point. So I'm going to go ahead and skin it first. It's going to be easier because I'm dicing this pumpkin. Normally if I'm roasting it whole, like for pie, I'll just chop it in half, scoop the seeds out, flip it upside down, and roast it in the oven. But I'm going to give it a, just skin it, and then I'll dice it up. It's a little easier to take the skin off first in this case. Got some company coming over for dinner. A friend of mine, he's going to bring some chicken or sausage or something. But I'm going to make some rice, this here pumpkin. Also, baking cookies is on the agenda today. I got some cookie dough left over. It's got to get used up. It's been in the fridge for like a week or something. Should be fine. I just want to use it up quickly. And then I would like to make some royal icing to make them look all like pretty and gourmet and stuff. So if I have time, we'll do that too. Kids are at Grandpa's today, so it's actually quiet other than the gentle hum of my washing machine going. And these seeds, well, this pumpkin was a good pumpkin. I am going to save the seeds from it, so I'll get some more of this next year. Add that to the compost later. Just go right to the equator here. Son of a pickle farmer. That's safe. Nice and gentle. Alright. Seeds! Somewhere around here. I like using that to rinse it in because also the texture of the mesh kind of catches a lot of the nasty bits. It kind of helps kind of scrub off the seeds when I rinse them off. And then I'll dry them out and stick them in the ground next spring or whenever. I might just throw some of these in the compost too, just see how they do. A little natural selection at play. Do the seeds in a bit. Focus on the pumpkin now. Got a little melon baller here, which I rarely ever use for melons. My tea is ready. I think I use it more often for pumpkin. Just gonna scrape off as much of this gunky gunk. It's not that this stuff is inedible. just gets kind of weird if you get too much of it. You know, I'm not gonna spend all day cleaning out this here squash, the whatever this thing is. Maybe in a bit I'll show you how I do my compost too. I don't do a traditional compost heap. I do a keyhole garden, and all my waste goes in there. Benefit of that is I don't have to spend any time tilling, or not tilling, but turning my compost heap. I just let it rot and get that little butt out of there. Nice little bite-sized ice. Just back here for you. There we go. You know, if you wanted to add a little liquid to this, puree it, you'd have yourself a pretty good soup. Curried pumpkin soup. I got enough soup stuff going on now. Just made soup last night in the Instant Pot. Pretty happy with it. It tastes really good, and I'm surprised. I think I'd be saying this, but I think it actually tastes better in the Instant Pot. So it actually does affect the flavor too. Cheese I'm going to roast in the oven though. Speaking of which, I think I was reheating when my company gets here, so we're not waiting around. I'm going to kick the oven off right now. 350. Shuffle some stuff around here. So I like olive oil because I can't do dairy. If you can do dairy, some butter or ghee is excellent. I think canola oil and soybean oil is wrong on multiple levels. But, you know. And this curry powder I got here actually has salt in it, so it's sort of like a seasoning salt. So I'm not going to add a whole lot of salt to this recipe. This curry powder is a little spicy too. I brought it home from work because, long story short, we ended up with several pounds of it. It's one of those things where you got to order it by the case. And really, unless you're an Indian restaurant, you probably don't go through cases of curry powder. It's pretty well thoroughly coated in the curry. Just give it a sprinkle of salt, just a teeny tiny bit. Like I said, this stuff's already pretty well seasoned. Pepper. Just kind of bring it into season here. I'm going to add a little bit of brown sugar. Yum. and some cinnamon. There's any left in here. I must have a cinnamon. Maybe I can convince them to order a case of cinnamon at work too. Like the other day, I brought home 5 pounds of baking powder because, well, we ordered it by the case. It's pretty greased up, so just gonna spread these out on an even layer. Just kind of roast until they're tender.